So we all know Duolingo, right? It's the brilliant service that everyone loves. I mean, it's actually pretty mediocre. I don't like how they handle teaching grammar because they do a very hands-off approach. Anyway, that's not what this is about. You may not know, there is ranked Duolingo. You probably do, but you may not. People will compete to get the most XP in a week and climb the ranks. It's like if you took Valorant ranking system and then you had people with even less lives learning languages. So it's like if Valorant was better. I don't know why I use that analogy. It's Valorant. But these people have had it too easy for too long. So I've decided I'm going to write a bot that will do the Duolingo for me so I can win the competitive and feel like I'm doing something worthwhile even though I'm doing nothing worthwhile and I'm just letting it do it itself. I don't know. I already wrote the bot. I'm talking about this afterwards. It's done. It's over. But yeah, I mean that's what this video is about. It's what I'm doing. The camera's right here, but I'm kind of looking at the phone screen. I'm using my phone. The camera's here, but I'm looking at the screen because I'm looking at myself. I don't know. You read the title, so you may be wondering, why can't you just do it yourself? Well, because little Joe Schmo over here gets fucking 1,000 XP in the first day. I'm not trying to do all that shit. I want the achievement without any of the work. I'm not trying to put in 16 hours per day doing fucking Duolingo to get the top rank. I don't want that. I just want to win. Joe Schmo out here. Like, what? Does he not have? I don't have a job, but does he not have a job? Why doesn't he get a job? I don't know. Do something other than Duolingo. Alright, this is my second time recording this because my audio was really fucked up. So it is the end of the first day of me trying to code this Duolingo bot to do Duolingo for me. Keep in mind, this is my first experience basically with Python, so it's really probably messy, and don't make fun of it in the comments or whatever. I know nobody's gonna see this anyway. Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna run through what I did. Basically, it starts whatever. Then it checks for the question, so it moves the mouse to the position of this, where it is, and then it right clicks, and then it goes to the position of the inspect element button, right there, yeah, and then it clicks on that, and then that highlights it right there. Next, it runs the read HTML. Oops, that's not what I want to do. Read HTML. So basically what it just does is it starts from the top and then goes all the way down reading the color of the pixel until it finds the shade of this blue, and then it knows that this is the inspected element, and then it just copies, and then it goes to the HTML parser where it uses the copied data to take write this in English, that text, and then it uses that to decide what type of question it is. That's how far I've gotten, and let me just show it off. Oh, fuck. Okay, we're good. There. Bang. Yeah. And you can't see it, but it says, write this in English on the command line. I started working on the actual question part. If you copy this here, it has each individual character of the question, and then when you parse it, it puts each character on a different line. So tomorrow, or whenever I work on this, I don't know, I'm going to try and find a way to mush it together. That way it actually knows what the question says. Yeah. That's what it does. All right. All right. It is day 3. I did work on this yesterday, but I forgot to actually like film. So I mean, yeah, is what it is. So I have got it working. So as there's only 2 question types it can't do. It can't do matching, and it can't do pictures. Picture is gonna be really easy. There's only so many pictures. I'll just have it look at a pixel, and then depending on what color that pixel is, it'll be like, oh, it's this picture, so the answer is this. Or if the pictures have a name in the HTML, I'll just read the name, but the pixel might be easier. And then the matching, I'm just going to have it read down the left side, and then when it gets to the first one, it's going to read down the right side till it gets to the answer. Rinse and repeat. All right. But I did it so that it can complete the... What type of question was it? Oh, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. Select the correct meaning, where it gives you one word, and then it gives you 3 options, and you have to choose the meaning. I got it to do that. And if it says tap what you hear, then it just clicks on can't hear now. Really easy. And then I made write this in English a little bit better. So it's instead of reading until it finds a word and then clicking it and then reading, rinse and repeat, it will read it once and then click them all in order. That way it doesn't have to read it over and over, and it makes it much faster. I also had it doing recursion before, which I learned was not a good thing. So now I have it doing loops. I'm going to go a little bit more into depth with the code. So if you don't want to listen to that, you can skip. Obviously, it starts, then it checks question. Here, it just sets all the variables up better. Then it clicks on the question or the challenge type at the top and reads it. And then reads HTML. This should all be the same. So it does basically what it did before. It finds where the question is, and then it right-clicks, left-clicks on its spec, and then it reads HTML down, finding where it is, and then it reads what the question is. And then it takes that to the translator. There was one question that broke it because it said S-A-A, and it means it is her, but mine would have just put is her. So I just hard-coded that one because I didn't want to do it. I mean, I probably should have done it a different way, but I was lazy. And if it's not S-A-A, then it just takes it to the translation list. Which now, before I had it so that it would go, I had 2 for each, one with the first letter capitalized and one with the first letter not capitalized. And I just made it so that it sets both lowercase, and when it compares them, they're both lowercase, so it'll know that that is what it's looking for. And then obviously I changed this to a loop. Should be mostly the same though. Now it just reads through the entire thing once instead of multiple times. Then it compares it, and then if it finds a word that it needs, it will add it to a list of button words and their positions. And then if it has found all of them equal to the final translation list, then it will search the final translation list for the first word, and then it will find the index of that, click on it, delete, and then do that again until all words have been put in their correct order. Then it will go to this finish question function, which will ow, my cat just hit me in the face with the tail. And then it will go to the finish question function where it will click check, and then if it is green, it will move on to the next question. If it is red, then it will exit the function. And then for the select correct meaning, basically what it does is it reads the question, and then it reads. So there's only 3 buttons, and they're always in the same spot. So it just reads the first button, and I hard-coded its position. And then if it's not it, then it reads the second button, and then I hard-coded its position. And if it's not that one, then it reads the third one. And then it just does that until it finds the right button. So it's either going to be 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, pretty simple. Ow. Bitch. I was trying to grab my mouse. Fucking bit me. God damn. Yeah. I've been super long-winded, so I'm just going to show it off real quick. I closed the command prompt. Lovely. Now it should work. There we go. So it reads the challenge type, then it reads the question, then it reads the first button, second button. I probably should have tested this first, but now it should work. Yeah, okay, there we go. The buttons can change depending on how long the text is. So it reads the first top line where it could be, and then if it gets halfway and it's not, no button has been found, then it just skips to the second possible line and then the third possible line. So I'm just going to let this run until it gets to a question and does it now. Now I hadn't gotten to soy yet, so I hadn't put that in. But obviously, if it didn't know it, it's just like, I am a woman. I don't know. I told you that, but
Tú
yeah.
eres María.
Here, I'll just show it. Clicking on the can't listen now. Reads top way here, and then it doesn't work. Huh? Now it should work. There. Look at that.
Tú eres María.
So that's what I did. Pretty proud of my progress. The next 2 shouldn't be that difficult. The matching is probably just going to be slow. So if I should probably find a way to optimize it. Okay, so it has been a couple of days. I have no idea at this point. But I did a lot of bug fixing, a lot of random shit, and I'm happy with where it is. Sometimes it breaks. That's okay. I don't know how else I'm gonna optimize it. But that aside, I'm just gonna go into it. So I ran into a recursion error. So this just is a loop, so that doesn't happen. And then if an exception occurs, then it redoes the question. And then if an exception occurs again, then it just stops. So that has helped it not break as much. So it just starts off by checking the question, right-clicks on where the question is on the screen. Sorry, not the question, the type of question it is on the screen. And then it reads that. I learned that, so before, that's weird. Before, whenever I would inspect something, the mouse would run down, find where it is, click, and then copy. I learned that if you just inspect and then copy with Control C, then it still works. So I completely removed every time I did that, and it is significantly faster now. Same thing as before, it just kind of reads it. So if it's perfect lesson or part of the screen at the top is golden, then it says lesson is finished. And then I'll just go down to that real quick. When lesson is finished, then it just clicks the green button at the bottom of the screen as many times as it has to, because it's not the same every time. Sometimes you complete quests, and sometimes you get XP. Or not XP, it shows your like changing position on the leaderboard. Whatever, it just clicks that as much as it has to. And then it adds one to the lesson count, and then I added it so that you can add an argument when you start it to how many lessons you want it to do. And so if it does that amount of lessons, then it just says it's done and it says the time. Otherwise, it restarts. Yeah, there's a lot here. This is 1,000 lines of code. So I'm just gonna quickly go back up to the top. I mean, everything else should be the same. So if it writes in English, then it just checks the question. Write in English too. If it's S-A-A, then it is her, because I'm lazy. And then it just scans along, reads the button. If it's the right button, it adds it to a list and then clicks it in order. This is when it compares it to see if it's in the list. And then this is because, just ignore that. That's like if the button isn't actually the right button. And then if this is the right button. And then if it's found all buttons, it clicks them all in order. Otherwise, it just keeps searching. And then when you finish the question, it checks at the bottom if it's green or yellow. This is if you disable the listening questions. It's yellow. And then it just clicks on it, and then it sleeps. If it's gray and it says tap the matching pairs, it fixes it, because sometimes it gets off and then it leaves one of the buttons highlighted still, and then it goes into an endless loop. So this just fixes it in case that happens. And then if it's red, then it stops. For select the correct meaning, it gives you one word, and then you have 3 button prompts. Wow, you're playing Baldur's Gate. So it goes to the question, it reads the question, then it feeds the data, then it right clicks on each button where the text is, and then it reads it. If the first one is in it, it goes to the second one. If that's not it, it doesn't even read the third, it just clicks on it. For this one, it chooses the first one on the left side, it reads each one on the right side until it finds the right one. Then it clicks on it, and then it removes it from the list so it doesn't search that one again. And then it repeats for each one, and then once it gets to the last one on the left side, it knows there's only one left, so it just clicks both and moves on. For this one, it's just the picture, and then it searches at this pixel for what color it is, and if it's one of these colors, then it knows the answer is one of these words. Otherwise, it throws out an error. This is just a continuation of that. It searches for the right button and then clicks on it. It's the same code as the write this in English. And then this is if it finds the word. For this one is a little tricky. It says, which of these is an apple? And then that's in quotes. So that's a part of the challenge. And there's no like question to read, which is different from it was before. So what I had to do is I had to take the last word of the challenge, remove 2 characters, the question mark and the fucking quotation marks, and then that's the word it's looking for. And then from there, it just looks at each button until it finds the right one. This is, we can ignore that. Lesson finished, we already talked about that. Start new lesson, this is just if you haven't finished all lessons. Yeah, so for the fixed matching pairs, when sometimes it's still highlighted if it breaks, it looks at each button, and then if it's this, because if it's highlighted, it's like a special color blue. So then if it's this color blue, it clicks on it to unselect it, and then it moves up. Yeah. That's about it. A couple days ago, some update to the inspect screen for the HTML changed, and then all the positions of everything was changed in different spots. So I had to go through all of my hard-coded positioning and rewrite its location. That was a little annoying, but I unintentionally fixed a problem that happened rather frequently, where it just wouldn't copy the text, and then the data would be the previous data it copied, leading to a whole bunch of issues, and eventually it would die. And I fixed that without even realizing it, and now it works much more consistently. That's what it is. I'm going to do like an epic montage of my bot beating Duolingo. Yeah, alright. Wait, you're telling me I didn't even get first place in the Obsidian League? Yeah, so I had a really strong lead for like the first 5 days. And then the last 2 days, this random dude did like 2,400 XP, topping me. Like, he went out of his way to get 400 XP more than a bot. Yeah, as I said, I filmed this after the fact. Looking at the Diamond League right now, fucking Jerry's got 1,300 XP in the first, like, 2 days. What are you doing, dude? Like, I didn't even get top place in the Obsidian League because I decided that I didn't want to leave my computer botting all the time. And also, my bot sometimes turns off. I can't figure that out. But anyway, like, are you kidding me? I wrote a bot. And you're still better than me? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Get a job! I need a job too, but you need a job more than I do. Yeah, I mean, that's it. It was, in the end of the day, this is my first experience with Python. I didn't actually, like, care that much about winning. I just wanted to do it because I thought it would be fun. And it was fun. I liked it. But, like, are you kidding me? It was wild. But yeah, oh, look, it's my cat. Charlotte! Charlotte! Nope. Busy. But yeah. Thanks for watching. Sorry I didn't win. Peace.